Well, good Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Casey Sherman bringing you an update on the weather we're expecting today, which should be a whole lot calmer than those strong storms that we had move through the area last night. Of course, with that, we saw some torrential downpours, strong winds, and even some large hail. Look outside, though, right now. We are currently tracking what is just, if we take a look, I'm going to pull up Max 1 here to show you. There we go. Those cameras that we have across the area, downtown to the tower cam, Westlake Hills. You can see plenty of sunshine back with us, some passing high clouds, and yes, we are done with the rain, at least momentarily. 70 degrees right now. As we take a look outside, we're feeling pretty good. In fact, many of us enjoying some rain-cooled air this morning. 60s, low 70s after all that heavy rain moved on through the area yesterday. We will continue to watch for what is going to be actually a pretty comfortable forecast for the good majority of this week as we continue with a more active weather pattern. Notice our 24-hour temperature change showing anywhere between 7 to 11 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. Again, that is thanks in part to some of that rain that passed on through the area that we are now currently dry at the moment. That system that brought us the stronger storms to the overnight time frame, that is now working its way well off to the east here, now working its way through portions of Louisiana and East Texas. Behind that, we are currently dry across the Austin area. This is a look at our storm reports that we had yesterday. We had quite a few of them, especially reports of hail out across the hill country. We had a report also of what was some, it doesn't show up there anymore, this past 12 hours, but that would have showed a report of baseball-sized hail off towards Fredericksburg, where we actually had some windows broken. We saw some flooding concerns with low water crossing flooded along Old Spice Springs Road. We also had some wind gusts reported between 60, 70 miles per hour. In some areas, at least farther north, reporting some wind damage from that line of storms that rolled on through. Heavy rainfall totals, look at the map here. On average, most areas receiving between 1 to 2, even up to 3 inches of rain across the area. We had some decent totals from Mason County to Lanham County and Burnett County, anywhere between 1 to 2 inches there. Along the I-35 corridor, some areas closer to the 3-inch mark, and it's the coastal plains that really saw some of the heaviest of the rain from some of those storms. We had some flood advisories. LaGrange picking up around 3 inches of rain. We had some areas like Luling reporting as much as around 4 inches of rain. Those are radar estimated totals, at least, across area. For today, though, as your Tuesday goes, we will continue to deal with the drier conditions. I do think by around 4 o'clock or so, we could see an isolated storm, but because the atmosphere is so worked over today, it's going to be tough to get things going, at least during the daytime hours. I think we'll have a better opportunity for storms today, actually into the overnight time frame. So most of us, your Tuesdays, a lot of us are heading back to work after what was an active Memorial Day. Weather-wise, we will be quieter, mostly cloudy sky. Can't quite rule out, again, you can see by around 5, 6 o'clock, maybe some isolated showers and storms popping up in some of those eastern zones. A lot of us, though, will be quiet during that point in time. As we take you into this evening, notice we'll start to see that a line of stronger storms likely start in the hill country, I would think around 3 o'clock in the morning, and then try to push its way towards the I-35 corridor, our central counties, and eventually eastern counties as we get closer to the morning commute time frame and sunrise time of tomorrow. So tomorrow morning could be looking at some rain, some thunderstorms rolling through. We do have the potential for some strong, severe storms, especially I do think from that line overnight. This severe weather outlook today I would think mainly applies to those overnight storms where it's mainly level 1 out of 5 risk for the good majority of the KV viewing area. Notice we've got that level 2 risk just clipping parts of Mason and also Gillespie County. Hail risk for tonight with those storms, certainly not as high as yesterday where we had that hatched area of a 30% chance out across the hill country. It's much lower, but still could see some large hail in spots. 5% chance of that. Tornado threat also much lower. The areas that will have the better ingredients overall of seeing any kind of circulation will be out towards the far western parts of the hill country. Tomorrow also could be looking at, again, that severe weather potential, but again, I think it's mainly going to be during kind of the morning hours with the potential maybe seeing additional spotty showers and storms as we work our way into the afternoon. But by Thursday, we really start to see that drop off, and you'll start to see those rain chances drop off beginning Friday and into the weekend as well. That'll be thanks to actually a weak front that should be pushing through on Thursday. And behind that, high pressure will start to build in Friday and Saturday just in time for the weekend. Last week weekend of May, by the way, that will bring us some drier conditions for those weekend plans. Rainfall totals, if this manages to pop up here, data still loading, but we're looking at anywhere between about 1 to 2 inches of rain. These are for the next 3 days. So on top of already the 2 to 4 inches of rain that we already had from yesterday's rain. So a decent drink of water here as we continue with this active weather pattern at least through Thursday. There it goes. Let's pop that back up if we can just try to pull up this map real quick. Sometimes this data just takes a little bit long to load in the system, especially after days where it's been worked. The system has been working hard with all the severe storms that we had yesterday. But anyway, 3-day rainfall totals, another 1 to 2 inches on top of what we had yesterday. And with the rain and the additional cloud cover, one of the additional benefits that we see from this more active pattern, as we're seeing this morning with the rain cooled air, are those cooler temperatures. We're getting a break from 90s at least for the time being through today, tomorrow, Thursday for most of us, and Friday. Our average high for this time of year now at 90 degrees. So we'll, for the most part, be below that through the end of the work week before we start to see these things ramp back up in the temperature department as things dry out and we start to head into the month of June, which also, by the way, is the start of meteorological summer. Highs today for the good majority of us should stay under 90 degrees overnight tonight, 60s and low 70s back in the forecast as we head into tomorrow. We'll be back into those middle and upper 80s. So again, another day without the 90s. We're enjoying it while we've got it. Certainly a big change of pace from that stretch of very hot days that we had just about a couple weeks ago. 7-day forecast. The last little bit of May will be a little bit stormy through Thursday. Again, that front pushes through for Thursday night. It leaves us drier for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Weekend plans for the most part should be dry. We'll start to warm things up. Sunday is the start of June. Sunday is also then the start of the meteorological summer. And from there, we will start to warm things up back to near about 93 degrees for Sunday and also Monday of next week. So again, today, much calmer than the weather that we had yesterday. I think most of us will go through the day without any rain. It's tonight that, again, we could be looking at an additional round of some strong to isolated severe storms developing across the area. That severe weather threat should not be quite as high as what we had yesterday, but still could see some stronger storms in the hill country overnight and then eventually perhaps out towards the I-35 corridor for tomorrow morning around the morning commute. We, of course, will continue to bring you updates if anything changes and updates throughout the day right here on KVUE Plus. And thank you for joining us here on KVUE Plus. We will also have more on KVUE and also the stream throughout the day. Stay tuned.